Niccolò Machiavelli, the master of realpolitik, was not a man concerned with being liked. He was concerned with effectiveness, control, and survival in a world governed by ambition, deceit, and power. In a modern culture where politeness is often mistaken for virtue, Machiavellian wisdom reminds us that excessive politeness, when misapplied, is nothing but a tactical error. It becomes a mask for weakness, a surrender of leverage, a betrayal of one's self-interest. There are moments when politeness isn't just unnecessary, it's dangerous. These are the moments when it dulls your edge, drains your authority, and exposes you to predators. This is not a celebration of rudeness. It's a ruthless call for clarity, self-respect, and strategic behavior. Because if you don't know when to abandon politeness, you'll find yourself betrayed, overlooked, controlled, or crushed. This is your Machiavellian blueprint for when to never be polite. When someone disrespects you openly, you must never meet that energy with softness. To respond with kindness, to open hostility, is to signal submission. Machiavelli believed that power is perception. If someone crosses your boundaries and you respond with politeness, they learn that you are safe to challenge again. They learn that your words mean nothing, that your values are decorative. Letting disrespect slide in the name of politeness is not diplomacy. It is self-betrayal. If you do not assert your worth, others will assign you none. This doesn't mean you lash out emotionally. It means you respond with controlled, undeniable strength. The tone of calm force. The look that signals you're not afraid to escalate. A Machiavellian doesn't rage. He corrects decisively. A reputation for being unshakable does more to deter future disrespect than any polite protest ever could. Be polite if you're in public and cameras are on. But make sure the message is clear. You don't tolerate being crossed. When someone lies to you and you know it, do not smile. Do not laugh it off. Do not pretend it's okay. The moment you pretend not to notice a lie, you become part of it. You become compliant in your own manipulation. Politeness in the face of dishonesty is dangerous. It teaches the liar that you are blind or worse, afraid. And Machiavelli knew what fear invited: control. Never allow someone to weaponize your courtesy against you. To respond with blunt truth or cold detachment is to signal awareness. It lets the other person know that you're not a fool and you're not playing their game. Machiavelli would advise you to use the knowledge of a lie. Don't always confront it, but never validate it with politeness. Instead, adjust your behavior. Recalibrate your trust. Withdraw your vulnerability. This isn't paranoia, it's wisdom. The one who lies to you has declared war on truth. Respond accordingly. When someone tries to guilt you into submission, when they manipulate your empathy to make you bend, never respond with polite agreement. Emotional manipulation, especially through guilt, is one of the most insidious forms of control. It poisons your autonomy while masquerading as morality. Machiavelli knew that emotions are tools, powerful tools, and he warned against being ruled by them. In a world where empathy is exploited, you must become ruthless in guarding your mind. When guilt is used as a weapon, responding with polite apologies or appeasement only encourages further manipulation. You must become colder, not cruel, but clear. You do not owe politeness to someone who is using your kindness against you. Your ability to say no, firmly and without justification, is a Machiavellian art. It signals inner control. The more you justify, the more you open the door to persuasion. Learn to say, "That doesn't work for me." Then stop talking. Let silence work for you. Politeness in these moments is surrender. Don't surrender. Hold your line. In moments of negotiation or confrontation, when stakes are high, when outcomes matter, politeness is weakness if it costs you leverage. Machiavelli wrote that rulers must learn to be both fox and lion. The fox sees the traps. The lion scares the wolves. In negotiations, the overly polite man is neither. He becomes the prey. The modern man is taught that negotiations should be win-win, but Machiavelli knew better. When you enter a negotiation, assume the other party is self-interested. Assume they will take more than they give if you allow it. This doesn't mean be hostile. It means be sharp, be precise, Be fearless. Silence is more powerful than small talk. A pause before speaking signals thought. A rejection without explanation signals strength. Politeness, when unearned, signals desperation. It implies you need their approval, their favor, and when you cannot lead. Be respectful, yes, but be strategic. Assert your position with clarity. Say less than necessary. Never over-accommodate. The world does not respect those who ask for crumbs. It rewards those who claim their portion. When ending a relationship, any relationship, romantic or platonic, never let politeness soften the truth. Machiavelli would argue that clarity is mercy. When you sugarcoat endings, you only prolong suffering. You plant confusion, which grows into resentment. Many people stay in toxic bonds because they fear being seen as mean. They use politeness as a shield from guilt. But Machiavelli knew that avoidance is a weakness, not a virtue. A Machiavellian man does not drag out the inevitable. He does not play nice to keep the peace. He ends things cleanly, clearly, and with composure. This protects his dignity and, ironically, the dignity of the one he's leaving. You do not owe softness to someone who no longer aligns with your mission. You owe them truth, and you owe yourself freedom. Do not explain endlessly. Do not give false hope. Do not apologize for growing. Be direct. Let them respect the boundary, even if they hate it. In love, in business, in friendship, do not be polite where truth is required. Be kind, yes, but never soft when you need to be strong. Politeness, at its best, is a lubricant for human interaction. At its worst, it's a prison, a muzzle, a false virtue that robs men of their edge. Machiavelli taught us that greatness requires adaptability. You must know when to wear the mask and when to tear it off. You must know when silence is strength and when force is necessary. And most importantly, you must know when politeness becomes a poison. There are moments in life when politeness is not just inappropriate, it's self-destructive. When you're being lied to, when you're being used, when you're being disrespected, when you're negotiating your worth, when you're walking away from what no longer serves you. These are the moments that define you. These are the moments where your future forks. And if you choose politeness over power, again and again, you will live a life of regret, resentment, and missed opportunity. This isn't a call to be cruel. It's a call to be conscious, to be commanding, to be Machiavellian in the highest sense, not evil, but effective. You're not here to please everyone. You're not here to be universally liked. You are here to lead your life, protect your peace, and pursue your purpose without apology. And sometimes, that means being impolite. Choose power. Choose clarity. Choose truth. Welcome to the Machiavelli Guide. This is where men are sharpened. This is where masks are dropped. This is where strength begins.